Hello, if you'd like to see how I make these plackets with border lines, watch this video to the end. Hi! So I cut my collar stay 1 inch wide. You can make the width 1 inch or 1.25 or 1.5 depending on the size you want, or is it adult or child. This is for a little boy, a 4 years old precisely. So I used 1 inch. I don't want it too wide. So this is exactly what I did. I did 1 inch width and the length like 10 inches. So I ironed it on my fabric. So on the left side, I measured 1 inch. So it was a little bit too long, so I reduced it. And on the right side, I measured 2.5 inches. You see, that's 10 inches now. I'm very satisfied now. So on the left side, I measured 2.5. Then this is where it gets tricky. To know the depth of your neck, you measure your round neck. What do we have here? We have 13, 7.5. Wait, 6.5 is 13. So at least we need the neck the whole shirt to be like 17 or 19 inches wide. So I actually use 21 inches wide. You, depending on the head circumference of your clients. You know, these kids, they have like head circumference 22, 20, depending on whatever. So you make sure that you add that whatever you have on your round neck to this opening that you want to create. So that way, whatever you whenever they wear it it enters. So now I'll cut some excess off on this part, and I'll cut it off where I want the placket to stop, where I want the opening to start. So now I start putting hemming glue on this edge to hold it down. Hemming tape, I'll iron it down like this on all the edges with my steamer. And that's it. So for the remaining excess, I'll fold it twice and I'll leave a little bit of line on the edge like this, and I'll iron it very, very well. So this is where it gets tricky. To make the border, we have made the base of the border. So this is the decorative part on top. We just make this one like ½ inch shorter than what we have made on the base. And we'll iron the edges too. Once you are done with the folding the edges and you are very satisfied, you put it on it to make sure that your borders are bordering. Let me use it like that to make sure that the borders are showing. So now I just want to make sure that it's very neat before I put the hemming gun. So once it's okay and you are satisfied with it, you cut off your excess when you fold like that. Then now I'll put in my hemming gun to secure it. Hemming tape rather. So now I'll put it down to secure it like this, and I'll iron on. I always like to iron to my satisfaction before I start putting the hemming glue, so that there's no need for retake or anything like that. So if you are putting your neck piping before this, you close your neck hem. But if you are just doing like my own, you fix it before you now pipe the neck. You can leave it the upper edge still open. So for the other side, I measured 2.5. Then I folded it. I folded one side tiny, and I folded one side bigger. Then I'll flip it over like this and leave a little space on the edge. I'll leave a little space on the edge. And this is what we have. So if you'd like to see how I make the pockets, so I can show you the video in the next video. So I forgot to film my sewing process. Luckily for me, I was sewing another clothes. So I will just show you how I fix it with this one now. So the center of the front piece, you notch it where you want the opening to stop. You see right there, and this is the right side of the fabric that will be facing up. So you put the plackets that you have ironed on the right side, and you place a little bit of the fabric up on it like that. Then you flip it over like that, and you do a gentle, no rush sewing, so that it comes out very neat. No rush at all at this point. So having done that, you sew it all the way down. You see, this is what it looks like on the front and back. So the other side that I flip on that one, I did the same thing on this one too. I'm just confirming the measurements for you so that, because I didn't shoot the other one. So it's 2.5 actually. Right there, 2.5 inches. You see it? So now, so you just like you did to the other side, you flip it over. This one I make my excess up. I don't want to have too much down because I'll still need to cut it anyways. So you do this and you sew down just the way you did the other part. They try to keep cutting. So this is it, guys. All done now. You double stitch. So the extra little excess notch that you have at the back, you use your hand to flip it inwards, because now you're about to cover the overlap. You flip it inwards, and the excess of this second placket side too, you flip it inwards and cut off your excess if it's too long. So now this big side of the placket, you flip it over. You flip it over and you sew. I'll cut this excess off because I don't want it bulking under the placket. So you flip this side over, and on that side that they begin to join, you sew it just like this. Let's start from the bottom. You see? And you sew a kind of L shape right there. Then you flip it. You flip it and you stop at that opening right there where the placket starts to open. Then you secure it by sewing a little bit on it. You can design this place if you want, different styles. So this is it, guys. This is how to make a simple knit placket for your baby boy. If you have watched up until this point, please kindly please click the like button and subscribe for more beautiful beautiful videos. I've not been very consistent on this channel, but I promise to do better. So this is the back side. This is the back side, and this is the front side of the placket. Thanks for watching. And I made this little pocket. If you like to see a video of pocket, I can do a collection of my pocket together.